What is up, everybody? I want to start this video off by giving a shout out to my loyal Patreon supporter, Robert Diehouse, the Rob Man. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate all the support. Coming to see me at the shows, all that kind of stuff. Seeing me in person, always a great time. Appreciate you, man. I want to give you a shout out for this video. With everything we've seen so far from Final Fantasy 16 with the state of play and the PAX East panel and a lot of other things that have been dropping lately, seems like there's no end to what Square Enix has been able to accomplish as far as their open world creation goes. Even going back to Star Ocean, the last one that came out, I played, I live streamed, it was fantastic. The Divine Force was one of the best my favorite game that came out last year. And the way it handled its open world with these massive, massive zones that you could play through, I just thought were amazing. So, given all that, a lot of people have been talking a lot about how big is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth going to be? Like, just how far is it going to go? And the further we go without any news about the game, I think this means it's going to be bigger and bigger. And a part of that huge breadth of what this game is going to be its world. The world map, the open, huge zones, whatever they are. I said while playing Star Ocean the Divine Force that if that was what we got, as far as like the huge zones and exploration and side quest and all this other kind of stuff, I would be super happy with that. Now, seeing what they've done with Final Fantasy 16, I think it's actually going to be better. I think what the teams have learned working on Final Fantasy 16. Now, I know it's different teams. I'm not going to get in the whole CBU 3 and all that argument. That's for everyone else. I am a fan of the company's games, like the company itself. I'm a fan. I don't do the different factions within the factions. I don't do that. I do know for a fact that all the companies within Square Enix support each other. And what they are doing with Final Fantasy 16, I think is absolutely going to bleed over into what they're doing with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Now, I know they're basically being developed simultaneously, but there will be a little bit of borrowing, I think. And if they're going to borrow anything, what we've seen so far from the world map and exploration, and these massive, massive zones to explore, I think this bodes well for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. There were things I was concerned with early on as far as how much you'd be able to explore, where you'd be able to go, how far we'd be able to reach in Rebirth. I'm starting to think the whole map will be open by the end of Rebirth, and the final game, whether it's Reunion or, Resurrection or whatever you want, whatever the next game, the third and final act is going to be, I think we'll just be cleanup, going back to other areas, finishing off the story. I think there's a great chance that the whole world is open to you by the end of the game. I would love to see post-game content as well. But anyway, that's a conversation for another time. But the open worldness, the open zones, the massive areas you'll be able to explore, I think is going to be amazing. I really do have high hopes for it. And I think the evidence is there. I think we look at what they've done in the past year, 2 years with the games that have come out, even Forspoken, for, as panned as it got by the critics and fans and whatever. One of the redeeming qualities I thought was actually the openness of it. Now, it didn't run perfect or whatever, but I thought, even their base level games right now have a massive, massive openness to them. So, and I'm not talking about their mid games, but they're, the games they're putting out that they're really getting behind, they have this really massive open feeling to them. So I think it would be silly to think that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth will get anything less than their best. And that's why I am hopeful, and I am thinking that we're in for a ride. We're in for a ride. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I believe we're probably less than a year away from it, maybe right at a year at this point. A little bit less than a year, February to April 2024, I feel like we're going to be getting the game. I think we'll start hearing about it around August or September. I think we'll start seeing some things for it because they want to get 16 out and get the massive, massive media push and advertising push for Final Fantasy 16, all of its marketing, get all that out the door, get all that underway. So from June to August, hardcore push on Final Fantasy 16. After that, I think it's all hands on deck for Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. So stay patient. It's been a while, but I think we're getting ready to gear up for some great FF7 news. It'll be toward the end of the summer, but I think it'll be well worth the wait. And the first thing I think we're going to see is how big the world is. I can't wait. Anyway, post your comments below. Let me know what you all thought about that. I'm excited. Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth is going to be absolutely fantastic. I'm excited for Final Fantasy 16. Just what we've already seen, and we don't even know half of it. We don't even know half of what we're in for with this game. We've already seen a full 40 to 50 hour game's worth of stuff. So I'm excited. Anyway, post your comments below. Let me know what y'all thought about that. And as always, y'all have a great day. Be safe, be good to each other, and keep rocking. And I will see you all in the next video. Take care. I want to say a quick thank you to my YouTube and Patreon members and supporters. If you would like to support the future creation of content on this channel, get some few extra perks and some art sent to your door every month, consider becoming a Patreon or YouTube member. Details and links are in the video description.